We're joined now by the mayor of Gainesville, Florida, Lauren Poe. She's with us by phone. Mayor Poe, good morning to you.
Good morning, Matt. How you doing?
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. I need to know, we have Dylan Dreyer up there in Gainesville. We get to see her being battered by wind and rain right now. What are you telling the people of your city right now?
We're still pleading with our citizens to stay home, stay in their houses. We're at the sort of last part of the worst of it, we think, and then we need to get out and do our damage assessments, start clearing roads and power lines. But our residents have been tremendous overnight. They've done everything we've asked of them, and we've had, as a result, very, very few calls for emergency service.
There was so much focus on southeastern Florida last week. Then we know the storm took that little jog to the west, and then it was the west coast of Florida. Have you been preparing this whole time? Have you been expecting to see a big punch from this storm?
Yeah, we knew that no matter where it went, Gainesville was going to take a huge hit being in the middle of the city. We also knew that we were probably going to be a major evacuation a stopping point for a lot of people from South Florida. And so we've been preparing round the clock for about the past week, and that those efforts have shown off.
Yeah, how do you handle that situation, Mayor Poe? Because as you just said, you knew that people from southern Florida were going to head your direction, but you also said you knew you were going to take a major hit. You can't turn people away. So how did you deal with that?
Well, we just dealt with it with an abundance of caution. We knew a couple days ago that two of our counties to our west had a total county evacuation, so we were pretty sure we'd be receiving those folks. But we opened up 18 shelters. We had a couple special needs shelters, a couple pet-friendly shelters. Then, of course, Airbnb was tremendous in setting up their service where they hooked up people who were willing to host families with people who needed someplace to stay. And the Gainesville community really responded with that.
Have you received a lot of calls from folks needing help? I mean, do you have a sense of the toll that the storm has taken?
We've been very fortunate. We'll get a better assessment soon. Our first responders just got cleared to go back out and start clearing calls. We have about 40 calls that have been queued up since it's been unsafe for them to go out. We answered about another 40 calls between 6 p.m. and 1 a.m. where the winds got too high for them to get out there. And we just responded to one house fire. But so far, we have not heard of any reports of serious injury or death, and so we're very thankful for that.
I know you want people to be super cautious. You know, a lot of those folks in shelters, they get very anxious and very eager to get back to their homes and their belongings to see what's going on. But I know you don't want them out there on the roads until it's completely safe.
That's right. We expect to send the all clear and tell people they're safe to go home, hopefully later this afternoon, this evening. But the shelter or their home is the safest place for them right now. And we just ask them to stay off that 911 number unless it really is a true emergency. We have a local number 955-1818 that they can dial for anything non-emergency, and we'll get to them as quickly as we can.
Gainesville Mayor, Mr. Poe, thank you very much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Matt. Savannah.
All right.